Okay, just to clarify a few things, Radhika, you are correct that we do not have the ability to alter what a vendor submits to us. We simply have the ability to utilize what they submit to us and build our own invoice or proposal to a client. During a leak process, a technician may discover some additional items that are on the roof that need to be fixed in order for it to be a permanent repair. He will take a picture, he will identify them, and he may or may not provide pricing to perform that additional action item. Whether or not this number is there or not, we are going to estimate our own number of what we believe it will cost for the client. We're not going to change his information. We're simply going to check this box and then propose an amount to do that work. And then this information appears inside of the client's mobile app to give them a discount if they move forward with those repairs while the technician is still there. That's the reason that we are taking a chance and providing a price to do this, because it is the most efficient way to do it while the technician is still on the roof. However, the vendor admin may not be available to price that. So we're going to go ahead and estimate what it's going to cost, period. Again, we're not going to change their price. We're providing our own price, and that is what shows up inside of the mobile app. Once again, the price that we are submitting is not changing the price that they may or may not have submitted. It is an estimate of what we believe is a fair price to perform this work. Then that ends up inside of the pop-up, but does not necessarily become a deficiency inside of the client portal. It's a one-time quick opportunity while the guy is up on the roof. Now, one thing I would like to clarify before I even review this is that getting vendors to utilize this automated invoicing option is very important for us, period. In instances where they use the automated invoicing process, we don't have to audit invoices. We don't have to review them because they're accepting the numbers that our system calculated. Therefore, we don't want to confuse them with a bunch of other information. We only want this box to show up. We only want them to see this so that they can understand that all they have to do is to check that box and press submit, and then they're done. If we show them a bunch of other stuff, they're going to get confused. Our preference is that they use the automated invoicing feature, and we don't want to confuse them by sending them a bunch of other stuff at this point. In the instances where there is an additional action item identified by the technician in the field, it will appear here. In some cases, it's going to have a price from the technician. In other cases, it's not going to have a price from the technician because the technician didn't provide one. In either instance, the vendor admin can select the edit button change anything on there, including add a price. And when he's done, he's going to confirm it. Nowhere in this review can he see the number that we have already submitted to the owner in some cases. After he selects confirm, that box disappears. And the only thing that he sees, once again, is this, which encourages him to use the automated invoicing feature.
All he has to do is agree to the terms and conditions and click Submit Invoice. There are cases to where some vendors are not comfortable with that, and they are going to want to submit their own invoice, period. They click on this button that says, can we submit our own invoice? And it explains to them what impact that has on different things like payment, and has them verify whether they want to do the instant invoice or whether they want to build their own, period. If they select build their own invoice,
everything that he can currently see in the system appears, and everything is editable. This is the point where he's preparing a pay request to be able to get paid for the work that's been done. He even has the opportunity to edit the additional action item one more time just to make sure everything is perfect. Once again, he never sees the price that we submitted to the owner. After he's confident with everything, he's going to go ahead and he's going to submit his pay request. When we received his pay request, it's going to look something like this. This is what he submitted to us. None of it is editable. None of it can be changed. However, this information can be utilized for us to create our own invoice to send to the client. Once again, their information never changes. So now this is what it looks like when we go to invoice a client. At this point, everything is editable. It's important to clarify. The only reason it's editable is because it's our information that we're going to send to the client. We're not editing the vendor's information. We are creating our own invoice utilizing their pictures and the information they submitted. Now, at this point, we're going to have the ability to also review the additional action item.
this is where he will make a decision on the additional action item if one has been proposed by the vendor, period. In instances where we took advantage of the pop-up and gave that one-time offer to get the work done, all we would need to do is to check the box. And that one-time offer that we made will become a formal deficiency inside of the client portal and also appear on the invoice. We have the option of leaving the box unchecked and therefore not having it show up on the invoice and not having it show up inside of the client portal. However, if he does check that box, the additional action item will go to a new invoice format that has been condensed to allow for enough room to be able to propose the outstanding action item directly within the invoice. This is different from the invoice we have right now, in that most of the padding has been taken out to give us enough room to get that additional action item in there. You'll also see changes in what we call the proof document to a more cleaner and more current update. Some of the changes and some of the differences between the old one and this new one is that the van piece doesn't cover up so much of the page anymore, and it's just in the top right corner. We switched out to the new React logo. We used the 45-degree angle map image, and also removed this A reference, which I'm not sure what it is, because this is leak source 1. I may not be correct on that, but we can verify. At the bottom is a banner that I've provided you the artwork for that will be a hyperlink that will essentially take them into their online system and the section summary. I hope this gives some clarification and some understanding, and I apologize because it is a difficult concept to get across. Thank you.